everybody. Today's video, I'm showing you how to take these seats from looking like this to looking like this. Keep watching the video. I'm going to take you step by step through how to recover your seats. So here I am on the sewing machine. And what I'm doing is I'm making this tape so that I can add it to the back of the seat, because it doesn't come with a tape on the back of the seat. So if you watch my previous video, you see how I made this and where I got the material from, and I'll put the link up over here so you could go back to that video if you need to. And just so you know where the tape goes, this is where pictures come in handy, because I took pictures. My phone, work with me phone. Picture so you can see this is the back of the seat. It's a better picture, and you can see how the tape goes along the whole back of the seat at the top right there, and it goes down the side a little bit. So I'm just recreating that. That's all I'm doing. Let me see. See? I'm creating that tape that goes on top. And I'm also do these tapes right here for that panel too when I get to that panel. So this is the this is the seat frame. If you watch my previous video, you'll see how I prepared the seat frame. I said how I sanded it down. Basically hit it with some like some rust reformer / rust encapsulator, and then I primed it and went over it with a black paint. You don't have to do this, but I was just trying to protect from like future rust and issues or whatever. But this is kind of like my prep method. Here's the burlap bag process. I went over this in the last video too, which is linked below. And you basically weave these wires in between the fibers of the burlap bag, and you attach the wires to the end of the seat frame. After I did the first layer of burlap on the bottom with the wires running through it, I do a second layer, like a double layer over the top of that first layer, and I just hog ring that second layer over the top of the layer with the wires in it. These are actually the holes that you're going to be using to attach the actual seat cover to the frame of the seat. So you got these holes right here and you got these holes right here, and you're going to be basically using both of them. So once you get done with that, it's time to start fitting your foam, your 2-inch high density foam. So I wanted my foam to kind of roll over the edge a little bit, give you a little extra support. So here I am, fitting the frame, drawing where the edge, I drew a little mark where the edge was and where it was gonna, like the fold was gonna be. I cut my square. And don't glue your foam down at this point, because you still want to test fit the cover over the foam just to make sure everything fits right before you make stuff like too permanent. Once I got the foam cut out into the shape that I like, I moved on to these seat warmers. I bought these seat warmers off Amazon. I don't remember how much they cost, but they weren't expensive. These are the plugs. It's just real simple. They have like 3 settings. The more times you press the button, the hotter the seats get. This is the wiring harness that connects to it. At the bottom of the seats, they have a plug, so you got to make sure that that little outlet plug is exposed out of the back of the seat, so that it can reach the wiring harness and you can get your seats to work. Well, it's pretty simple. They have a sticky side, and you just peel off the paper, put the sticky side down, put the seat warmer where you want it to be, plug it up, hook it up to your electrical system, and that's it. The one I bought did not come with instructions, so you're gonna have to just look it up online. So what I'm doing right here is I'm taking some grip pliers, and I'm going over the hog rings that I laid down so far in this burlap. I just want to make sure that none of them are super loose. None of them are, gonna have any sharp ends that poke through the leather when somebody sits down on them. So I'm just double checking the hog rings that I've already put down with these pliers. So right here I'm doing like a practice fitting with the seat cover, just to make sure everything fits with the foam before we glue everything down. So this is the back molding piece of the seat. Now the back molding piece has some holes, and scrapes and dents. So I had to fill in the areas where the leather was damaged at. See this? You see down here, there was like some slices. I filled it in. Over here was bad. And what I used to fill it in was, this is what you need. Now there's leather kits out there that you can buy. Basically the kit's gonna come with a little bit of this, some leather conditioner and cleaner, and some paint to match whatever color you got. But this is basically it. This is what you put in there. Fill in these holes and these cracks. You make sure when you get this that it's paintable. See, this is paintable in 2 hours. So what I did was, I got this little plastic paint scraper. I filled it in. I put some on the area, filled it in, and then I just scraped over it, right? Made it as smooth as I could. There was still like a little indent, so I let that dry, and then I came back over it, put some more, and did it again. I did about 3 times until I could do like this with my finger, and it was smooth. Like I felt like it was just perfectly even. And I did that on all these little sections. So now that it's all even, I'm gonna spray some primer on those spots, and then I'm gonna come back over it with paint. This is basic primer. I'm just hitting the spots. I'm just hitting the spots where I got this. I'm not spraying the whole seat with this. Do a little test. That's it. Just putting primer over that caulk that I use. That's it. This spot right here look a little rough. I probably should have did that a little better, but it's all good. You live and you learn. This looks like, smooth. You can't even tell. You probably can't see it on the camera, but this looks so smooth. You can't even tell nothing was even there. Over here, this looks real good. Now, I've attached the seat cover. This is the bottom, you can tell by this handle. I hog ringed it to the bottom. This is my tape that I added. I ran a listing wire through it. Attached it at the bottom with the hog rings, just like you see in my previous video. This is where I attached it at the top. Through these little buckles. This buckle broke off. So what I did was, I took this coat hanger piece, or listing wire, whatever you want to call it, and there's holes on the back like this, and there's 2 of them right here. I basically just, the latch that broke, I wove it through like this. Brought it together. Like that. I took some pliers, grabbed the 2 wires, and I just twisted it in a circle, and it made like a little bow. Then I roll the bolt to the side and stuff the bolt part down in the hole so it wouldn't, be sticking out. And I attached the listing wire to this bolt. And that's how I dealt with the broken loop right there. And you can do the same thing. But this is what I got so far. So once you got it attached to the top and the bottom, you flip it over. What you want to do is you just want to feel the seat. Try to pinch. See right here I'm feeling, I feel like this corner is light. See that? You kind of look at it and see. It's not exactly as full as I would like this corner. So from the back, I'm going to reach up in here and I'm going to stuff some more filling until that's actually full. I'm just going to keep reaching. All this feels pretty good up here. This corner right here, I need to stuff a little bit more in that corner. Maybe a little more in this corner too. And then once I finish doing that, I'll be done with this section for now until I attached all the back pieces to it again. So I'm gonna cut you back on after I stuff these corners.
So before I did a final, before I permanently attached the foam with the spray adhesive, I did a test fitting on the leather. And what I found was, like, I don't know if you can see it, but this seat is not firm at all. I could probably pinch it from the middle and pull up the leather, like, look at that. So I need to add way more foam to fill this up. And I need to tighten it because this is not gonna work. So I'm gonna take this off. I'm gonna add more foam. And then I'm gonna test fit it again. And I'm gonna keep doing that process until I feel like it's right. And then I'm gonna spray glue the foam down. And I'll show you what happens next.
So what I'm holding them here is like some polyester cotton batting that I got out of an old sofa cushion. I was using this to stuff the corners. At first I was using the high density foam, but it just didn't like feel right. So I went with this polyester batting to stuff up in the corner to fill the little flat spots. But you could literally get this out of an old pillow, or you could actually go buy a bag of this stuff, or old, you know, if you have just any old cushions or something laying around, you can find that type of stuff in there. Don't waste your money if you don't have to. So once you put this cover on, you got to make sure that, because these covers have buttons on them. So this is the button. This is the hole for the button for the seat release. There's a hole, and there's this lever connected to it. If you pull this leather, it goes all the way down to the bottom of the seat. You want to make sure you did not cover up this latch with the upholstery. And how you can test it is you can push it down with your hand. And then you can come up here and stick something in the little hole and to release it. But you want to make sure that like this is a clean pathway. You can easily push it down, it's not messing up your seat, and it releases, and it's clean as well. Alright, so now that we got this part done, it's time to attach the back. The back is pretty easy, pretty self-explanatory. Remember, this hole goes over this latch. I'm gonna have to cut the plastic away on mine a little bit because they overdid it. And then fold this up. There's a little flap right here. This flap attaches to these holes right here. Not this flap. This flap attaches to these holes right here. And then you attach the sides of this where they actually put a little channel for a listing wire. Attach the sides of this to the sides of the front of your other cover on both sides. might have to do a little cutting because as you see mine, this plastic. See mine, this plastic piece actually comes over the latch, so I'm gonna have to cut out this little square right here. But no biggie. Cut that out. Cut this corner piece off and attach it, and I'll cut you back on after I attach it. This is the armrest from in between the front seats. L Seats did ship a cover for the armrest, but I'm not gonna attach it just yet. I'm not gonna show in this video how to reskin the armrest because I want to do some custom stuff to it. I want to add some cup holders because you know there are no cup holders in this car. I want to put a spot where I can charge my phone. So look out for a video in the future of me just doing an armrest. Now, I got the back of the seat all dyed and ready. I've reattached my chrome trim that I polished up. And I'm about to attach it to the back. And basically you just slide it onto this little hook right here. And it's as simple as that. Of course, tuck all this stuff in around there as you're doing it, but it's simple. It's that simple. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. You gotta apply a little pressure because it's tight, but let me do that real quick so I can use 2 hands. So I got the back cover in. You slide it over that little latch right there, and then there's a screw right here that locks the side in. There's another screw down here that I haven't put in, but that's basically it. This seat is done. This part of the seat is done. So let me do the other one now. Now I'm putting the straps back on, the trim's on, the back's on. Now when I put these straps on, I actually went to Home Depot and I bought new hardware. I bought a longer screw because the original screw is like half the size. It's crazy to get it in there. So I bought a longer screw and a washer to replace what was already there. I've already put it in on this side. So you can see it just screws in. And then you just position this. These little caps, they just pop in place. So what you do is the hook in first, like so, basically the same way you took it off. Hook in first, push up on it a little bit, and then you can take a rubber mallet or you can take your fist and you can just bang it, and that's it. It's in there. So now that it's in, straps in, back's on, seats leather covered, this seat is done. Now I'm gonna do the other one, which is right there, and I'm gonna sit them side by side and I'm gonna show y'all what both of them look like when they're completed. So this is before, and this is the after. These seats came a long way, man. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Now, if you have any questions about how I did the bottom part of the bench seat, just refer back to the bench seat video because it's essentially the same. The only difference in the front seat and the back seat is the backrest on the front seat. So like, subscribe. I'm Cadillac Mack, and I'm out.